Welcome back to Factorio building the Hyperbase. And as you can hear, we've got the melodious sound of one of these alarms that I've put in the background. And in fact, what are we doing here? Well, this is our very first iron, which is burnt down. So all of this at one point was the shape of the iron, and it has... because this one isn't quite as extreme as some of the others, it's only 210 million. Unlike, 407 is nothing, but unlike, say, 3.1 billion or, 6.4 billion or even 16 billion, it actually does notice the effects of wear over time. So I discovered there's no way I could fit it all in here and get the miners in, so I've twisted it around, but we've got another problem in that this doesn't really fit here, so we need to raise it up by about that much. We're going to have to move this one, and I thought we would do that together. This is going to cause a bit of an interruption in our schedule, but this is affecting the satellites, which is not so bad. If we run down to what we were working on, we've got all this built out. We don't have all the bots down here that we need, so I'm going to be transferring some of these bots down there. But all the pathways are in. This is disabled at the moment because it's not quite done, and we have to sort out the control of where the yellow science trains go. What are we actually doing in science? Oh, the science is slowing off, which makes sense because I've cut it up here, and whatever else I've done is probably not helping the sciences right at this moment. It's actually waiting on the normal science more than anything else. And we have a hold up at blue science, which is strange. It seems to be out of iron. I don't actually understand that one, unless so I've been changing the signaling to accommodate this one. Maybe I've caused an issue. No, not an issue. This is just run out of fuel. Iron 3. Oh yeah, we got the ore trains but not the fuel trains, so that's no good. We'll have to go over there and sort that out as well. In fact, I might just do that, because I'd like this opportunity for the normal science to start catching up on the space science. So let's grab that fuel. This one will do. Oh, and I also, at one point, I don't think I did this live, I put this in so the fuel train from here is fueled, which means it's probably better to grab the extra fuel that we need from down here. This is probably opening up a can of worms, because there's probably a lot of these iron trains that do not have enough fuel now and aren't actually fueled, and I don't really want to spend the episode just running around fueling them. I guess it just means there's multiple things that we need to attend to in addition to expanding the basic capacity, which is obviously more interesting. Why it gets done, while things like fueling get left very much to the end. Where do we need to be? Further down, actually. We need to be way down here somewhere. Just goes to show how far down the whole factory is. Right, that's some of the new build for yellow science, and this is the blue science bit. Okay, stop. And hopefully we didn't lose... Oh, we may have lost all of our bots somewhere. We may have lost them already before we started, so... I might pretend that's the case. Probably isn't, but... I need another radar in there. How are these guys going? I cannot tell. It doesn't look like they have very much fuel in them. Come on, stop. No, they have almost no fuel. They're about to run out as well. I can probably operate on half though for a small amount of time. Probably means the next train is also very deficient. Alright, we've been distracted long enough. That's probably not resolved. This one is the first copper patch, which is probably an even bigger problem than this first iron patch. But we're going to work on sorting out the iron patch. We'll see how we go. We might just talk about sorting out the copper patch in this episode. And if you're wondering, yes, it is definitely worth the effort to swap these over. If you think about it, there's about 500 bots that we don't need anymore. We're basically more than halving the number of miners. Because I mean, we weren't even using speed modules in the miners before, but that's every time we do this there's like 500 bots we're getting rid of, so that's pretty good. Where am I? Do I have any bots or did I lose them all earlier? No, we do have some. Alright, let's see if we can get these bots back. As long as we don't go over the steel build for the low density structure, we've got a fairly good chance that we're not running over an area that is going to cause the bots to try and build out. There we go. They all are coming back. We'll do something about that annoying noise very shortly as well. I'm not actually 100% sure how loud it's coming through to you, but certainly it's loud enough to be on the annoying side to me. Okay, our little bodies are back. Well, one's decided there's something to do over there. At least it's on its way back fairly quickly. The other thing with these jets is though, the bots will, even though they're up to, what is it, worker robot speed 16 we have in place, but not 17. It's still pretty fast, but it's not nearly fast enough to keep up with one of these jets. So if we lose a bot, it's not catching up. But on the other hand, if you leave them on, you get charged. So you got to work out which one you want to do. Okay. First up, this has to move. I think I'll swap the bots over at this point so that we can run a little bit faster. In fact, this train does not need to be here. Go back to main base. And we'll come up here and put down a new station. Because we may need this again. We probably don't need this much space, but it's not going to go amiss. Now, what have I got in there? I've got all my original game blueprints, I think. Alright, that's that. Let's put that away. So, we need to move up 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, like 18 or 20 tiles. be a little bit annoying for these ones. I think what I'll do is I'll move everything up by like 20 tiles. Starting over here. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In theory that's 20 tiles, so maybe I mean 20 rail lengths, because that just from there, that is that enough? Definitely doesn't look it. To be on the safe side, I'm going to make it 20 rail lengths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That looks like it should do. So yeah, that is where we want to come through. So what that means is I need a blueprint that I'm not currently otherwise using. That one will do. And what we'll do is we will blueprint we'll blueprint, say, to about here for starters. Let's get some InfiniZoom action going. Gotta love your InfiniZoom action. I don't really need to see those guys do their thing. Let's do that so that we can recycle this rail. And that. Let's get rid of a bit more of there. Actually, a bit more of here as well. So it's not that hard when you make use of the bots to redo this. Obviously, just of course our silly bots are going to run out. Just to show you where that one is, it's right there. Might pay in a moment to blast down there and just tell it we've had enough. Well, we've had enough of it being as loud as it is, at the very least. is doing. Taking stone off me. Whatever. I don't really want to hear that at all. There you go. So I guess the thing is with these, we want to get to around about here. So now I actually let's do that. And we'll probably cut about there. So I'm not sure what we're going to do at that point. These ones need to come in here. These ones need to come down here. Okay, that's fine. We're close enough to out of rail. We're definitely out of power. Okay. It's not this one carrying on here, that's the fuel line, but that's alright. That will take care of those two. Oh. I should have gone through the flat part, then we could have just copied the stuff, but never mind. We didn't. So we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way, which is one here. That should be fine for those signals. One there. That actually should probably just about do it for the signals right here. Alright. Now, these two, if I went from here, looks like that works, so That up there probably needs a little bit more space. And that is the top for paths redirected. So now we just have these two, which we're basically going to push these up so they come through here. So what I want to do is actually copy this station. No, go somewhere else. Go there. Go there. Go there. I don't want you refueling here. I don't need this one to be refueling. Let's see if this will translate to just sitting on top up here. We definitely don't want that going around a corner. So that looks promising. Wrong one. We're probably missing a refuel thing there, but that's alright just for a sec. Now we could just run these down and up, but probably makes more sense to relocate them through the middle, I suppose. Suppose it does. So you want to do that, and you want to go like that. Slightly odd changing of gauges in about 3 places, but we're on a time budget, so we need to get on with this. The time budget, aside from episode length, being of course that version 17 is just around the corner, and it would be awesome to have this done by then. Oh, come on. Is that? Yes, it does actually go that way. That one is probably okay like that. And there you go. So Iron 1 refuel. And let's get rid of some of these bits. All of that. Something like that, and oh, come on. Is it trying to go straight through this? Is that what the problem is? Not sure if we're going to have enough rail for all of this. So it is looking pretty good so far. We actually get a bit back right now. And a whole bunch of fueling, which we could always take to Blue Science Iron, I suppose. I suspect there's some more that we need to do still, because yeah, we have down here that needs to learn to wrap around back up here. That is B Iron 1. So B Iron 1, you are now this one. Well, there's some trains that are operating in that area now, so that's a good start. You can go away, and a chunk of this can go away. Now, I want you to probably cut through down like so. I guess we need it to go like this. There. And then this needs to come round like so. Like so. And we've got these bots we can drop off somewhere as well, except that we can't move. I wonder if I can just... I mean, this should help me. If there's enough, perhaps I can exhaust the stack that I'm carrying in my hand. Probably not, but because 62 is quite a long way to go. 58, yeah, it doesn't really seem particularly promising, does it? Alright, well this is getting no better, so what I'm going to do is have a look at the map. If we avoid this bit, we could kind of fly down here. Down to this this zone here, where we are trying to... We've got a use for all of those extra bots. I think we're way too early there. I keep forgetting just how far we have to go. This looks a little more promising. Let's see how many bots we've got in this area. I suspect it's not enough. We now have 50. Alright, that's not going to be enough. So we now have 500, but that compares with the equivalent just over here being 1500. So we need another 1000, but that should be doable. Now we've got all of this oil, so let's dump this off into Blue Science iron trains, assuming they're not actually just sitting here blocking everybody. Well, there isn't one just here, but that could be a really bad sign. It could be the indication that we are completely out. This one is the full one that we filled up not so very long ago. What about this one? It's got some at the front and none at the back. Okay, and there goes a tech finally. So whatever speed we're doing the tech's at now is not so bad. Four, 4, 1. We could definitely fit all those bots now. I wonder if there's any other. So how's this train? We can't really tell. Let's just fly to it and check it out. Very low fuel. Not so very low anymore, but there's another one of very low fuel. So yeah, we were supposed to set up some, not just here, but set up some sort of refueling mechanism around this bit as well. But I sort of looked at it and went, that looks hard because do we have to fuel here and here, or can we just do one? And I gave up. So I'm just paying the price for that giving up. Anyway. Let us get our F4 bit up, because we're going to try and track down these guys and get back to what we're supposed to be doing. I actually probably needed a couple of those robots. Where did they all decide to roost? We're going through that dangerous area, and it looks like it's the dangerous area where they decided they'd have the most fun. Right, we'll stop here. So this is one of the areas that, no, I think that was always built that way. This is one that we have previously, no, that's one that we still need to address actually. It's not even set up to be addressed, and it's going to have the same issue, which is probably why I've held off, as in we may have to go vertical, and then I don't know what I'm doing with this. So yeah, there's only so much of this rerouting I want to do in a certain period of time, but we certainly do want to do it. Maybe I could create a hybrid to save myself some work and delay it for some time. A hybrid as in we have this for most of it, and then we just have a few extra with some bots that reach over to where, or maybe they'd be out here and they reach back to where there's some material. Maybe that would work. That would appear to be all of the bots. So, do we actually have a working train stop here? If it was all powered up, in all probability we would. So let's see if we can do that. You, what's your B iron 1 smelt? Well, you look empty. So how about you come? It looks like we are missing one of those. So it's a slightly more circuitous route, and these look like ghosts. So I'm wondering if I put them all down somewhere. Maybe not. Let's do that. Let's go. Well, main base is just up here, so let's go and grab auto trash. That was probably my problem. Probably threw out a whole bunch there. I'm not sure how many I need. Let's put in, say, 200 beacons. And top up with speed modules, unless we have some sitting here. Those aren't speed modules, doesn't look like it. Right, top up with some speed modules. Which are just down here. Actually, since we're at the back end, maybe just for a change, we will take the speed modules from the back end. And with a bit of luck, let's get rid of that. It looks like we need something like that. So that should be all of the miners, beacons, and almost all the speed modules. See if there's any other areas that are missing. Nope, that looks good. So read stop train, and that side started, that side has started. Are they all going? Yes, they are. So to get back to the point I was making, I guess, is that full? Yes, it is. So yeah, we've got rid of, I think it's like 500 bots, it might have been more, from this mine. The miners, because they've got, well, there's half the miners, plus they're only running when a train's actually here. It's a lot lower UPS profile, and given this, you can see why we need it. So 79, what's still going? Nothing. Good. Okay, let's come over to the other one. Yeah, you taking that stuff isn't really going to help, buddy. Another 550 logistic robots, and unfortunately we seem to have a bunch of copper still to exhaust. So I'm going to have to send you round on a lap to try and unload. Let's just check what our condition for the pickup trains is on the copper. It seems to be slightly dysfunctional. 44,000, so that's empty anyway. Oh, right. Yes. Okay, that is the one that I want. Hopefully that will let it unload all of this. It's hopelessly uneven at this point. So round again. Oh yeah, we don't want this though. I might just let the train take that off our hands. Oh, it's already been taken off my hands. Good. So actually we might have to let this train do this a couple of times, because I don't want to be picking up their copper. Or I made the mistake once on one of these of just going, oh good, it's done, as soon as the alarm went off, let's just pick everything up. And of course these were still full of their basic order for an 820 train, so that was really annoying. So yes, it's worth taking a couple of minutes to let the train cycle around a couple of times to get rid of that. Very much so. $40K, so it's not going to fill up any further. There's still a bit of stuff there. Go to copper smelt 1, thank you. Copper smelt, well, this side is the only one that's actually going to have the copper processed right now. So hopefully it's prepared to drain it all. There's not a lot just sitting in storage, so I guess it will. 400, okay. Science going any faster? Well, it's up to about 3k a minute, just slightly shy of 3k. That's 3 of our setups running at the moment. I mean, this is definitely a case in point of will it fit? We'll get one side with the miners here, but at the other end, it's going to be very dodgy, very, very dodgy. We might be able to do it. There you go, it's done. Okay, so what I want to do basically is, whoops, rail and stations are exempt, everything else is fair go. I probably should have left that one. Keep it in the wrong key. Keyboard's great when you hit the right key, not so great when you hit the wrong key. Okay. Let us see if we can fit this first. We're going to need InfiniZoom, of course. Whoops, that's a little bit too aggressive, InfiniZoom. We need to get right up to there. And to there. Let's see how that is going to pan out. Okay, so amazingly off the bat we actually do have 4 diggers there and here. But yeah, there's only one serving this one, and oh, the only reason there's only 2 here is because we've got some of these things which we didn't want. So 3 there. This has just 1. We could move all of these beacons in really close. 56k is not even going to last very long. Yeah. So we might have to go back to bot mining just to supplement this. These ones should be fine. Yeah, it's only 50% though. That's definitely going to get mined out. How much space do we have at the top? We actually have 4. But if we were to move this, that would screw this up. So what I think we could do, so we can move that. We can mine this, maybe where that's sitting, and bot supply, and maybe have a little bit of bot supply for in here to top it up. Let's go get some. Let's put some of these over up here so that this whole train thing can get supplied. We don't need unnecessary electrical infrastructure. And back to the copper one. Okay. Maybe something like that. So, requester chests. Something like that. And more tech. You can move to there. Speed modules, because everything needs speed modules these days. Now, how many bots do you have? You don't have enough. They also need for crying out loud, machine. I probably need a second one of these. And this guy needs some of that. Okay, let's get the rest of it built, and then we'll worry about these other details. How many Logibots? You got quite a few. Let's head over here and actually take off our that armor just to be safe in terms of what the bot's going to do, and we will deposit these used Logibots in our build down here. Recycling, very important, you know. Okay, first of all, how full are these circuit builds? I suspect they're not particularly. 732 is not enough, I know. Uh, 1500's not enough either, I don't think. I think we're going somewhat higher than that. Yeah, about 2200. So we still need more. Now we need to get rid of a whole bunch of these and get tons of beacons. I don't think I need any more electric mining drills, but I guess we can find out. So are we saving UPS when we're pulling out bots and just putting them somewhere else? Well, we need them somewhere else anyway, so I think yes. It's just our somewhere else is not going to make our bad situation a whole lot worse than it needs to be. Are these all real now? They look pretty real. So I think it's just a couple of hundred beacons that I need. And modules. Yeah. Time to slow down. These are definitely two of the harder conversions. Some of them are quite easy, you just rip one out, put the other in, but these have definitely been somewhat harder. Okay. Pop some of these out. And we can top up with modules. From our module build. Oh, I think I've gone over time, guys. Sorry about that. I'm long enough as it is, but yeah, you kind of get in the middle of something in a typical Factorio way, and you just want to get it done. So let's come up here and swap back to the bots for what's hopefully just one last time. There's obviously a little bit of wiring that's required here as well. And after an episode not really doing what our longer term scheme is, basically trying to get Yellow Science back up to the 8K, well, not back, but up to the 8K value, we will... We didn't do any of that this time, but we have got a couple of very important conversions, and they will lead to what we need done. So you're going, these ones over here are not. Is that everything? Look pretty good. You're not going because you're full. These are full, the train is full. Train's not full, but it will be full very soon. Alright. That's 2 more done. This one is fine. I think this one might be the last major one. There's bound to be more. Oh, I know there's the coal up here that still hasn't been done. And look at this poor thing. But we are starting to get on top of that whole situation, so there'll be less of those going forward. But anyway, guys, thanks for joining me for this. Next time we'll get back to trying to get yellow science done. I don't think we're too far away. Anyway, I'll see you then. Bye bye for now.